Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Professor Kundan Ingade. Welcome you all. Today we are going to start with the new topic, the hypertension. So let us start with the hypertension. So what is mean by blood pressure actually? The blood pressure is nothing but the pressure exerted on the walls of the arteries due to the blood which is flowing through the arteries. So the pressure which is exerted by the blood on the walls of the arteries, that is inner wall of the arteries, and that is measured by the sphygmomanometer. Let us start with the introduction of our topic. So hypertension is ranging uh, has two types: systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure. So the diastolic blood pressure is the lower part and lower side of the hypertension, that is about near about 90 mm of Hg, and while the systolic blood pressure is ranging beyond 140 mm Hg. So hypertension, when it is going beyond the 140 mm Hg, it is called as the hypertension. And the blood pressure which is ranging from 80 mmHg to 100 mmHg, so that is called as the diastolic blood pressure. So the next is what? The types of hypertension. So there are primarily two types of hypertension. One is the primary hypertension and second is the secondary hypertension. So primary hypertension is also called as the essential hypertension, and it is nothing but why it is known as the primary and essential one, because it is having a unknown origin affecting the blood pressure regulating mechanism. So the origin of this essential hypertension is unknown, and we are not knowing why the hypertension is causing, so it is called as the essential hypertension. While in the secondary hypertension, you can see it is secondary to disorder and disease processes, or it has a specific reason due to which the hypertension is causing there, so it is known as the secondary hypertension. So there are certain environmental factors that are also responsible for this hypertension. So which are these environmental factors here? The first one is the stress, the second one is the sodium intake, then obesity and the smoking. So let us discuss one by one here. Stress. So day by day stress, working stress, and any type of emotional stress can lead to the hypertension in a person. Increase in the sodium intake. So the salt, that is a major source of sodium ion in our food. So the salt, when we are eating the food and we if we are increasing the salt intake in our food, that will ultimately increases the sodium intake, and that causes the or may lead to the increase in the blood pressure, and then that may be turned into high blood pressure, that called as the hypertension. The obesity nowadays, a sedentary lifestyle is causing major problems in the population, and in Indian population, the obesity is coming very fastly and growing very fastly. So that is one of the reason so much people are having higher blood pressure problems in our population. And the smoking habit, which we can known as the called as the bad habit. So smoking causes the increase in the blood pressure, and that may lead to the hypertension condition in the population. So this is the major point of our today's topic, the hypertension, why it is caused, and uh, how we can control, and how uh, to regulate this blood pressure. Now let us see what are the symptoms of this hypertension? When we are talking about hypertension, first of all we must know the symptoms or its diagnosis. Otherwise we are not able to diagnose the hypertension conditions. So maximum time hypertension is of no symptom. So just following symptoms are may be present: confusion, then ear noise and buzzing, then fatigue. The person feels fatigue or tired every time. The headache. The person feels the headache every time. Irregular heartbeat get irregular. So nosebleed also can occur. Vision changes, that is blurring of vision, and some time it causes the change in the vision. So the next point here on this slide, we are uh, discussing about the Joint National Committee. So the Joint National Committee have given some considerations regarding the classification of blood pressure. So the normal blood pressure is described as a fraction of a systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure in units of mmHg. So the systolic blood pressure is 120 and diastolic blood pressure is 80. So the normal blood pressure is uh, below and up to 120/80. It is called as the normal blood pressure. Generally it is ranging. So pre-hypertension. So here you can see the pre-hypertension systolic blood pressure range in the 120 to 139, and the diastolic blood pressure range is the 80 to 89. The stage 1 hypertension is 140 to 159, and diastolic blood pressure range is the 90 to 99. So it is the stage 1 hypertension, and the stage 2 hypertension is more or above than the 160 by 100 mm of Hg. So this is the Joint National Committee which have given the ranges, and by which we can classify the patients on their hypertension states. So depending on these hypertension states, we have to go for the treatment of that patient. So let the ahead we are going to learn with the regulation of the blood pressure, how the normal blood pressure is regulated in our body. Physiologically blood pressure is nothing but, we can say, the cardiac output into peripheral vascular resistance. So this is the equation by which we can determine the blood pressure. So it is controlled by the three different factors. Here we can see the arterioles, then capillary venules, that is capacitance vessels, and heart. So these are the three major parameters which control the uh, blood pressure, and the cardiac output and peripheral vascular resistance. So cardiac output is nothing but the output which is pump the blood amount which is pumped in a one cardiac cycle. So this is multiplied by the peripheral vascular resistance of the arteries. And the fourth, anatomic control, that is nothing but the autonomic nervous system control, we can say, the nothing but which is the kidney, which contributes to the maintenance of blood pressure by regulating the volume of the intravascular fluid. So kidney plays another role for maintaining and regulation of the normal blood pressure here, that we have to keep it in mind. Then the cardiac output and the resistance to passage of blood through the peripheral precapillary arterioles, that is the peripheral vascular resistance. So here we can see the capacitance vessel, then pump output, and the first is the resistance, then four is the volume of kidney. So all these are the parameters which regulates the our normal blood pressure. So here you can see the kidneys are secreting the angiotensin, aldosterone axis, and these are nothing but the various types of enzymes which are secreted by the kidney, which controls the blood pressure. So we will see the separately renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system in separate video. in this slide we are going to discuss about the baroreceptor reflex. That is nothing but the baroreceptors means the pressure detecting receptor. So whenever there is a change in the blood pressure in the arterioles, it is detected by our baroreceptors which are present in the arteries, and which gives the signals to the our brain and spinal cord, and which by that way controls the sympathetic nerve ending and gives the output to control the blood pressure. That means when the fall in blood pressure occurs, which is detected by the baroreceptors, and which is giving the cardiovascular center activation, that increases the sympathetic activity, that increases the heart rate, increase in stroke volume, increases cardiac output, then increase in ultimately increasing the blood pressure. And so this cycle is regularly followed by our body. We can say it is nothing but the feedback system of our body to maintain the blood pressure in a normal range. So here we are going to stop this topic. So please like, share and subscribe the channel, and do not forget to tap the bell icon button for the notification from this channel. Thank you. Thank you very much.